What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another video. I apologize in advance for all the background noise. I'm actually at the airport waiting for my flight right now, but thought I'd ham one out because the topic on my mind right now is sobriety and when sobriety gets hard. So for me right now, I'm currently 223 days sober, closing on 8 months. I'm actually quite proud of that when I say it out loud. And man, it's been hell. It's been one hell of a ride. There are many reasons why I decided to quit drinking. I like to say I quit drinking so I can start thinking and move forward with my life. If you want another video about the reasons why I quit drinking, I'll do one of those. But I want to talk about just sobriety, especially alcohol specifically, but it could be like any substances. But alcohol is a hard one because that is society's drug of choice. That's the recreational thing to just do. It feels like just that's the way our culture is. Like, we love to go out and drink, we love to go to bars, we love to drink at sports games, go to parties, and alcohol is just hand in hand with all those. Every time you're on the freeway and you see like a little billboard sign, it's like Corona Beach and someone has a beer or some kind of cerveza or whatever, man. It's just, alcohol is literally everywhere, and it's so hard to kind of escape the loop of that substance. So I'm talking about this right now because I'm at an airport, and honestly for the last week I have been feeling like, you know, kind of like I just want to like drink. And the thing with like getting sober and sobriety or giving up alcohol, or it doesn't matter what reason you're doing it for, it's always like really hard at first. Like the first few weeks, depending on how much you were like using the substance and how much you drank or how often you drank, are typically the hardest ones. And a lot of times, especially with alcohol, like you slip up, you have like a billion day ones, you mess up, you go like 10 days sober, a month sober, and then you start drinking again, and then before you know it, all the reasons why you quit drinking are back in your face. The bad decisions, the not moving forward with your life, the chronically staying depressed, the drinking to numb yourself, the drinking because you didn't feel anything, the drinking to only feel something, the drinking just because you don't even know why you're drinking. You just grew up, and like before you knew it, drinking's ingrained into like everything you do, like wine, you know, like drinking some wine at dinner, or just having a beer before bed, or alcohol at night, or just you go out to have fun, anything fun, you drink. Everywhere you go there's a bar. Like alcohol can creep into your life and destroy your life, and for me it was really ruining my life. So I had to quit, I had to get sober, and I felt like it was the call for me. You know, I wasn't to the point where I was just like 24/7 drunk all the time for like months, but I feel like it would have eventually got to that point if I didn't stop it now. And it's hard, man. It's so hard to like quit drinking, and I'm talking about it now at the airport because airports for me were a very big place where I would like to drink, man. Like I would go to the airport, it'd be nice to just have a couple cocktails waiting for your flight, have a good buzz on the flight, maybe drink a couple cocktails on the flight. And it's exciting because you go into new places, then you go to your new place, you land, touch down with like a baseline buzz, and it's fun, man. It used to be a lot of fun for me. And like I said, this last week it's been kind of weird because when you quit drinking, like I said, it's really hard. First couple weeks are disgustingly hard to like stay sober, but then after a couple weeks, couple months, you get a lot of mental strength, you get a lot of mental reserves start coming back to you, and you start to feel really empowered in your decision, and you almost have like a high, a sobriety high, where you're just like, I have been drinking like a month or two, I'm feeling great, life is great, and it's amazing. And the high lasts indefinitely, but there's a couple points to where you get enough sober time that you start to have what I call, I guess, like a nostalgia. It's what I'm feeling right now, a nostalgia for drinking. You only remember like the buzz and the dopamine release and the endorphins and like the good feelings, and you don't want to think or remember all the pain alcohol caused you, all the bad decisions you made while you were drinking, all the reasons why you started the sober journey in the first place. It's almost like all of the volume on all that stuff has been turned down, and right now it's like a little monster, kind of like, I like to call it like my beast in a box. Like I don't let the beast out because I know where the beast takes me, and it's like the beast has been knocking for a week. So it's weird because you quit drinking. First couple weeks are really hard, and then it gets easy, and you know, it gets a lot easier. But then there are still days and like weeks where it's not so easy because you've been sober so long that you start to almost forget all the bad that drugs or alcohol cause in your life. And all you kind of remember is like the good times. That's what I'm doing right now. Like I'm at an airport, I'm like, man, I wish I could just like unwind with a cocktail and just, you know, get that little like flight sky high buzz and just like, I don't know, like it's because I've been sober for so long, that I'm just like, I'm kind of downplaying how severe it was and how much trouble my drinking got me into and how many things in my life my drinking ruined. And I've been kind of like reminding myself, like, I'm having this internal struggle right now. And it's so weird because, like, in the back of my head, like, I'm feeding myself all this bullshit, and you probably feed yourself this bullshit too. Like, I'm gonna tell you the things that I'm telling myself. Okay, what's one drink? I'm 31. I'm too young to have a drinking problem. That's the first one. I think, all right, what's one drink? Whatever. Second thing, whatever. I'm going on a trip to Portland by myself. Nobody has to know. I could drink for like 4 days and just say fuck it, just have a good time. Whatever. But I know I shouldn't drink, because if I let that beast out of the box, if I open that can of worms, I know I'm going to feel ashamed. I'm going to feel like a failure. I'm like pretty much 2/3 of the way to a full year of sobriety. And I don't want to throw that away. And like this little voice in the back of my head is saying, oh, just, have a drink, whatever. You still won 223 days. What's one day messing up? But it's also at the same time like a big deal. So that's a couple things. One, I'm bullshitting myself. I'm telling myself, oh, I'll just have one drink, whatever. I know that's a lie. I know I'll go on a full-on binge for a drink. Second thing, I'm disillusioning myself. Like, alcohol is only a problem when you say it's a problem. A lot of people have problems with alcohol, but don't ever identify alcohol as a problem in their life because they're oblivious to it. I felt the same way for so long. Like, I just felt like alcohol was like something you did. And it wasn't until I sat down and started taking a good hard look at like all the negative things that alcohol brought to my life that I was able to kind of like decide to quit. And even when I quit, I still wasn't sure alcohol was a problem. I just knew I needed to try something, and everything I was trying wasn't working, so let me try sobriety. And now that I've been sober, it's so clear how bad alcohol was fucking up my life. Like, just poor decisions. I ruined my last relationship with a good girl. Like, I wasn't my best self. I was just kind of chronically depressed and always stuck in this cycle of just depression and misery, and just like drinking for the wrong reasons, but then also drinking for reasons like I felt like I want to have fun, let me have a drink. I'm sad, let me have a drink. Like, drinking was tied into literally everything I did, and it was so frustrating, man. It was really frustrating. And like, now I'm talking about it, I'm remembering it, I'm like, of course I should not drink. And then there's the third thing, man. Like, you don't want to tell yourself that, hey, I can't drink, because it feels like you're denying yourself. But I have to keep reminding myself that I'm not denying myself alcohol. If I want to drink, I can go drink right now, and my misery will be refunded to me 100%. 100%. So I think with sobriety, it's important to tell ourselves that, hey, like, it's not that you can't have the substance. Like, I can have it if I want to. Because if I say I can't have it, then it's almost like that forbidden fruit, and you want it even more. So it can't be that. Yeah, the mindset has to change. The mindset has to be, hey, I'm choosing not to drink because I know where drinking takes me. I know the person I become when I drink. I know the bad shit I do when I drink. I know what drinking has cost me thus far. Like friendships, relationships, me just, crashing my car, acting out of character, just doing bad things, just not being a good person, not being a productive person. All those days hung over. I have those days now. Those days to just create, to just do stuff, to make videos, to just go on adventures, to just be in my right mind, just to be, me, just to be the good, clean, organic me. It's like I'm not getting those highs anymore, but God, I don't get those lows anymore. And it's so good to not get those lows. 223 days, no hangovers, no lows, no unproductive days. Every day has just been like learning and growth and meditating and going to the gym and just working on myself. And you know what? I sacrificed a little bit. I don't get those highs. I don't get those societal normalized moments of joy where you go out and you just drink and you have fun and it's like whatever. But I'm choosing to not have those, man, because I don't know, I'm walking a different path right now, and I feel like, I just got to stay strong, and I gotta, like, I think what fucked me up the most is just like I ruined my last relationship drinking too much, and I was acting out of character. I wasn't acting like the person I really am. My behavior's all over the place because my drinking habits were all over the place. I was just drinking so much to where when you drink, you're literally not yourself. Anybody who gets drunk is never themselves. And eventually down the line, you start to become, I guess, a different person through alcohol. And then it's like half the time you're just not yourself. Whenever you drink, you're not the real you anymore. And then there's like this divide. It's like, well, what the fuck? There's sober me, and then there's drunk me, and drunk me is not somebody I like anymore. It's not somebody I want to be. It's not a side of myself I wish to show to the world anymore. And it's just kind of like, it's gotten to the point where I feel a lot of shame drinking, because I know it's just breaking me down, man. It's like poison. It's wearing me out. It's ruining my character, ruining my charisma. It's keeping me from chasing other dreams, chasing other pursuits, moving forward in life. You know, I feel like when I was drinking, I was stuck for years, because I could just easily go out to like a bar, or just go out with friends, or just, you know, bring some wine to the house, play video games, and just drink. And just, you know, if I didn't know the answer, like, what's my life purpose? Where am I going with my life? What do I want to do in this moment? I would just drink, and I would forget about the question just for a few moments, for that night, and maybe that next day, because I was too hungover to think about my life. And it's just, man, like, why do I even want to play these games, man? I know I'm kind of like ranting and going off into different tangents here, but I'm kind of just speaking like off the top of my head right now. And I think when drinking gets hard, or when sobriety gets hard, because it will get hard, and like for me, it's like 223 days for me right now, almost feels harder than those first couple weeks. Like, those first couple weeks were hard, but then it got really easy. And now, like I said, it's like that bittersweet nostalgia, because it's been so long that I'm almost forgetting all the bad shit alcohol brought into my life. And like, I like that I'm doing this video now, because I'm reminding myself while I'm talking to you guys about how frustrating sobriety can be. And if any of you guys are trying to be sober, or just like are sober curious, or whatever your own reasons are for giving up booze, like, you're probably going to feel me on this. You're going to have these moments where it's like nostalgia. You remember the good from like alcohol, because honestly, there were times it was fun. Like, alcohol was a lot of fun until it wasn't fun anymore. And that's the thing. It's like, sometimes we disillusion ourselves, and we don't ever really want to believe that this substance that caused us like so much fun and joy is now all of a sudden causing us the opposite. But it does. It just eventually, I feel like if anybody drinks long enough, their lives will seriously be fucked up. And if you're lucky, you die before alcohol is a problem. If you're unlucky, you just don't ever acknowledge that you're drinking is a problem, and then you just kind of end up, 5 to 10% of people die from alcohol-related deaths. Literally, alcohol kills 5 to 10% of everybody. So 1 in 10 people, or 2 out of 10, are going to have a drinking problem at some point in their lives. And alcohol is going to be related to the reason they die. But alcohol companies aren't going to like make this public, and they probably pay people tons of money to just like not publicize it or keep it like hush hush. But it's toxic, it's addictive, it's crazy, and it's normal. It's what people do. So yeah, man, for any of you guys out there struggling, finding it hard to stay sober, I guess my advice to you would just be like, hey man, just acknowledge the thought for what it is. Like, yeah, I feel kind of triggered, like I want to drink because I'm at an airport. And for me, I would always drink at airports. It was so much, it used to be fun. It's not fun anymore. But just try to separate that. Just remember, you got to tell yourself, like, hey, the buzz is not going to be as good as you think it is. And even though the highs of sobriety are sometimes not so high, sometimes we have our down days, it's ultimately going to be a source of great pride for you. And like, even talking right now, man, like I feel so proud that I've been sober for 223 days. Like I feel like it's actually adding to my self-esteem and like my completeness as a person. And just, I feel better about myself for walking away from the societal drug of choice. It feels pretty damn good. Like, your confidence, man. Don't let your confidence falter. Don't let shame back in. And just remind yourself for the reasons you started, man. And if you do mess up, I hope you don't, but if you do, it's not the end of the world. Everybody messes up. For me, like, I probably had like 1,000 day ones of like, all right, this is the last day I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna quit drinking. And then before I actually had like what to this point is the real last day I quit drinking, because I've been sober 223 days, and I hope I don't mess up anymore. I really do. And I don't feel like I'm going to mess up, but you just never know. You can't predict the future. All I can do is try to stay strong, try to remind myself of the reasons why I started this journey. And if you guys have any questions about sobriety or want me to elaborate more on anything I just discussed, leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. I think I'll probably title this video "When Sobriety Gets Hard," because it does get hard sometimes, man. We do forget. We forget how much bad substances cost us, and we have these low moments where sometimes you just want that hit of dopamine. You just want to feel good. Like I had a lot of anxiety the last couple of days too, actually. Kind of why I was like thinking about drinking, and like I haven't had anxiety like at all since I quit drinking. My anxiety got way better. But it just was just random. I just got like a lot of anxiety for a couple of days, and I don't know why or where it came from, but I just sat there, I sat with it, and I just be. Just sit with it. It'll pass. Good things don't last forever, but you know what that means? That bad things also don't last forever. So when you're feeling bad, when you're feeling uncomfortable, when you're feeling triggered, to drink. And for me, like drinking was just like my self-medicine. Like I would drink to not be anxious. I would drink to like not feel the pain. I would drink to not deal with bad situations. I would drink to have fun. I would drink just because I felt like I would drink for dinner or have a drink with dinner. Like for me, alcohol was just so ingrained in everything. So it was so hard to give it up, and it was so frustrating to quit because it'd become a part of everything I did. But it was destroying me, guys. I kid you not, literally, it was destroying me. And the fact that I could even entertain the idea that a drink might be good, like right now, I'm thinking like, oh, a glass of wine might be good right now. Sounds pretty good. Looks very hella tempting, but like, it's just amazing the games our brains play on ourselves. Like we know we shouldn't do that. We know it's not the right thing to do. We know it looks so appealing and it's so prettily packaged, and we think, oh, just one, let's just do just one. But man, no, it's not worth it. Even me, like I tell you, like, yeah, I kind of really want to drink right now. Glass of wine sounds great. Even though I've told you all this stuff and all the ways alcohol's ruined my life and all the shit that's gone on. Like, and then we play games with ourselves. Like for me, I think a big factor in early sobriety and a good reason why I was able to stay sober was because I was just really mad that I ruined my good relationship with my ex-girlfriend because of the man I was when I was drinking. And I guess part of me thought that I would have a second chance to be able to get back with her. In reality, she just ghosted me, blocked me and everything. I haven't even talked to her since the day, and it's been 223 days, I guess, since I got sober / breakup. It's like I broke up with booze and I also got broken up with. It's like such a shitty situation. But I think the fuel behind that has diminished because like now I'm like kind of like, all right, well, it's been this long. I'm pretty sure she's gone. I'm pretty sure she's not coming back. And that was a big motivator in, you know, my early, like, it's like recovery, if you want to call it, or just like not drinking and staying sober and just trying to better my life or do something better with my life. And now it's just at that reason, it's not that big of a motivation anymore. Now it's like, oh yeah, she's never coming back, whatever, she's gone. So then it's like, well, maybe I should just drink because I don't care anymore. And that's another thing, like, oh, I'm gonna drink because I don't care anymore. Like, it's ridiculous, guys. But anyways, I'm gonna end this video because I need to go catch my flight. But if you don't want me to talk more about this, if you're curious about anything related to sobriety and just alcohol and drinking, and if you can relate to anything I talk about in this video, like, guys, we will bullshit ourselves when we give up, like, drinking. We will tell ourselves every line, kick and scream, be like, I'm 31, I don't have a problem, it's normal, everybody drinks, that guy drinks worse than me, I can drink, whatever. Don't listen to that shit, because the only thing that matters is you. What you think about you, how you feel, what you do when you're under the influence. Do you like it? Do you like that person or not? Do you want to be a better person? I want to be a better person. I want to grow. I want a better life. I don't ever want to ruin a relationship by being somebody different under the influence ever again. And, you know, that's my reason. That's my big reason. It's hard right now. I'm lonely. I'm single. I haven't met anybody, whatever. But I'm going to stay strong because I will meet somebody. And so will you. Yeah, you'll meet somebody. You will do good, guys. Stay sober, okay? Signing out. I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you have anything related to this topic to say. All right, guys. Bye.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why